Hey, y'all. Hey, get ready
Hey.
for this midnight late train.
Where we going? Where we going? Hey, everybody. Welcome. Thank you so much for tuning in. Listen, I know this late night crew, we were supposed to be on a little earlier, but we had a little bit of technical difficulty, but it's all good. We are here now. And so I'm excited. Now, I only see you on the screen, Stephanie. So what did I do on my end?
Your gallery, it's a gallery. You need to choose on gallery, and is your camera on?
Yeah. Okay. There we go.
I don't see you.
You don't see me?
I don't see you. I only see me.
Oh, Lord. Well, all right. Well, let me figure this out and you go on and talk to the people.
All right. Hey, y'all. Hey, I'm Stephanie Lane with Career Women's Collaborative, and Career Women help hire me to help them get the position that they want, to get the monies, demand their worth, as well as start a new career if they so choose to do. And tonight, guys, we're going to talk to you guys about 5 things you need to do to focus, y'all. 5 things you need to do to focus, because this is your due season. The time is now. At the time right now through COVID and this pandemic and this shelter in place and just the uncertainty, the unknown, waiting on the government to help subsidize, whether you're running a business or whether you're on your own, you're still working that 9 to 5. It is your time. This is your season now to sit still. Think about what it is that you should be doing to create your own sustenance, to be able to sustain yourself, your family, generate an income, create a legacy for you and your family, so that when times like these occur, you do not have to wait on anyone, anything, any government, any president, anything. You are already prepared. You are already ready. You're not rushing, running. You guys, you know how wild that was at the beginning of the pandemic, and no one could find toilet paper, no one could find hand sanitizer, no one could find things of that nature because people panicked. And that's what happened. Panacea comes into play, and we forget to stay focused. We forget to stay level-headed and trying to figure out what is the right thing to do. What is the smart thing to do? Well, we're going to talk about you in life and your business right now, and with your due season. We are experiencing some technical difficulties right now, but hopefully we'll have it squared away. At least, Tisha, we can hear you.
Well, yeah, that's what it's going to have to be, because I can't figure it out. Oh, I think I know.
See
Let
my
me
face,
see.
but do know I'm not here by myself. Tisha, you want to introduce yourself?
Hey guys, I am Tisha M. Johnson. I'm your relationship coach, the owner and founder of Your Love of a Lifetime. And I'm helping women find true and lasting love. So again, welcome and welcome to this late night edition of the BYOB. And we're excited to be here. We're also talking about the Free Women Project, which is giving away a $1 million grant. And so we're going to tell you about that as well. I'm so excited to be here with my sister, Stephanie. And so I'm excited for the conversation, and thank you all for being here. Go ahead and share the broadcast if you have not done so already. We appreciate you doing that. And let's get this party started.
Awesome. And tap those hearts and those thumbs up. We'd like to see the love that comes in when we're talking. If you have a question or comment, please don't hesitate to leave that as we continue. So let's jump on in. First things first, guys, you cannot get focused if you have not set a goal of some sort. If you're not, I mean, I don't care if it's that big, hairy, audacious kind. I don't care if it's a smart goal. I don't care if it's a simple goal. But a goal, you have something, you put it on paper. That's the first thing. You know, the word tells us you got to put it on paper and make it plain, right? Put it down on paper. Have it somewhere where you can look at it every single day. That is something that focuses you. You get up in the morning, whatever your routine is, you get up, meditate, you pray before your feet hit the ground, you get up and you go to the bathroom. If that's where your dwelling place is, because for most people early in the morning, that generally is, that might be a space where you keep that goal somewhere, whether it be on your mirror, whether it be on the bathroom door, whether it be on your shower door, somewhere where you're constantly looking at that goal and knowing that, okay, my day is going to be structured based on this goal and the thing that I am focused on, the thing that I know I need to get done, right? And sometimes it can be difficult. Sometimes if you're one of those people and you put it in a notebook, guess what? We close that notebook and it's gone. If you're one of those persons that will write it on a piece of paper and you stick it on the desk, guess what? Things will start piling on top of that and you forget about it. If you're one of those people that will write it down and stick it inside a drawer, thinking I'm keeping it for safekeeping, you're going to forget about it. So that's the first thing. You need to make sure it's somewhere where it's visible, that it is in your face, because it helps you to stay focused on what it is that you want to get accomplished. And Tisha, sometimes people tend to forget that they have set a goal. That's also an issue. Not only do you write it, then and then are you living by it? Are you doing the things that will help you to accomplish that goal? So it's not only that you write it, it's not only that you look at it, but then also what it is that you are doing to make sure, or taking the right steps to make sure that you're accomplishing that goal. And some people can get frustrated. Some people can, Tisha, you want to talk about frustration and not people feeling defeated when they're not thinking they're getting or reaching that goal?
Sure. Well, one of the things is, are you focused on that goal? Have you actually, you created the goal, but have you put a plan in place? You have to have a plan in place and you have to be strategic about it. And that's why it's important to have a business coach, because you don't know what you don't know. And so, of course, we in this community have an awesome opportunity with our coach, Danielle Winningham. And she gives us strategy. She helps us when we set a goal, you know, whether it's financial or if we're focused on whatever the particular project is, you know, we have some steps, we have some action steps. And so, you know, that is really important, because you can have the goal, you can put it in front of you, but if you don't put the steps to go with it, then you're going nowhere.
There
So
you go.
you can't allow frustration to overtake you. You know, you if you have to sit back down and go to square one, so to speak, then that's what you have to do. But don't allow frustration to get you sidetracked. There are going to be all sorts of distractions, and so you got to make sure that you know that and that you keep it moving.
Oh, great segue. That leads us to number two. Number two, you got to get rid of the distractions. You have to eliminate the distraction, guys. Now, I'm a mother. I have 4 beautiful children. And guess what? They can be a distraction. That husband can be a distraction. That boyfriend, that bae, that boo thing can be a distraction. Our family, our friends, colleagues, peers, you deciding that you want to join every group, gang, community, organization, whatever, you're keeping yourself busy, it can be a distraction from you staying focused, and especially focused on what it is that you want to accomplish. And you cannot allow, and that to me, I think is a very difficult, hard stop for most people, because you want to be involved. You want to be involved with your kids. You want to be involved. You want to have a healthy relationship, outside of just your kids. You want to be involved in your community. You want to help out, especially if you're in the church or some kind of community organization. You don't want to turn things down because you feel like you need to serve. But at some point in time, you have to be selfish. And guess what? You have to give yourself permission to be selfish in order to be focused, and be okay with being selfish and doing something for you. Too often women tend not to take care of themselves and tend not to do things for themselves. And it's just by nature. We are a natural nurturers, and we will go on and take care of everyone else. And then we look up and we haven't taken care of ourselves. And that tends to distract us. That tends to knock us off our box. And so sometimes the kids will have to go in the playroom and play by themselves. You might not have to be there or show up for that. Sometimes that bae has to go to sleep at night by himself because you need some quiet time, you need some me time, and you need some focus time. Sometimes church may not have the usher on the left side because you just couldn't make it because you needed that time to spend with yourself to stay focused. And again, it is hard. I'm telling you, I know it is a difficult thing to say no to those things because we know that those are good things. They're the right things to do. But in order for you to get focused, in order for you to show up for your due season, you're going to have to eliminate a lot of the distractions that otherwise you would be okay with. But when you're focused, when you're hyper focused, you have to shut it all down and just know that I am doing this because it's going to make me better. It's going to be better for my family. It's going to be better for everyone around, right? Because when you feel accomplished, it's a certain level of joy that comes with that, right? And so you want to make sure that, again, you have to eliminate those distractions. I can't say it enough. So Tisha, thank you for kind of guiding us in that direction. Have you ever been distracted? Have you ever been knocked off your box?
OMG, listen, I felt like the last few years, if I can be honest, I've had competing distractions. And so, it can be difficult. You talked about having, kids, the kids need attention. They need things, but also they have to understand that you need time to do what you need to do. Also, if you got that boo, that bag, sometimes he got to go to bed by himself, or maybe he has to cook dinner tonight, or, of course you work that out, and effective communication is always the key. But
relationship coach.
Women, we have a hard time, and we tend to put ourselves on the back burner because we want to make everybody else happy. We think, let me get everybody else situated. Well, by the time you get to you tired, you need a nap. And the goal has slipped you by, or you say you put it off. Oh, I'll get to it tomorrow. Okay, I'll start fresh Monday. We do that kind of stuff. And in this season in particular, you've got to stay focused, and you got to be a little selfish with yourself. And I've heard it said this way: you make a temporary sacrifice for a long-term goal. So you're gonna have to say no to some stuff. You listen, you even touched and talked about church. I can't talk about that tonight. I really get in trouble. But even with that, you don't. Okay, so can I just, have a bit of a transparent moment? Just because I don't have a husband and I don't have children doesn't mean that I have to be at somebody's beck and call 24/7. Now, I'm not saying I'm not talking about nobody in particular. I'm just saying sometimes people have a tendency to think, well, you ain't got a life, but yeah, you do. I have a full life, trust me, and so even in those kinds of situations, you have to be a little selfish and know it's a complete sentence, and be okay with your no.
Right. That's right. And part of you being selfish right now, hey, we have grants, a grant opportunity. Danielle Whittingham is giving out $1 million worth of grants to women who are looking to start their own business. And you go to bit.ly/free women 2020, free women 2020. Make sure you go and click that link, put that into your URL box and read through and get in on this, because again, this is your time to focus on you, focus on what's important in life. And again, hopefully you have had time to think about, reflect about life, and I'm to a point, just to be honest, I was already getting there before this pandemic, but this pandemic has really allowed me to introspect and look inward and just really, really figure out what it is that Stephanie wants from this point on. And I'm gonna tell you, and this is a transparent moment for me, is I refuse to live a life of regret from this point on.
Yes.
So that means whatever opportunities come my way, guess what? I'm jumping on them. I'm not hesitating. I'm not waiting. There is no delay, because in that delay becomes a regret, right? Because things will happen. That opportunity may never come back to you again. And then you're doing that wish I could have, should have, that kind of thing. I'm not living my life like that. I'm almost halfway through my living, and I refuse from this point on to let life pass me by. A lot of people say, how people sleep their life away. Well, there are a lot of people that just watch their life away.
Yeah.
And that shouldn't be you. So guys, get on this. Make sure you stay connected to us, because again, this train is moving, and it's moving super, super fast. So those of us who are just joining us, I do have a co-host on here. We just can't see her. You will hear her. So we have Tisha M. Johnson, the relationship coach, here with us.
This is crazy.
In there. So far, we've talked about setting a goal, all right, and having something in front of you constantly reminding you to keep you focused, right? We also talked about eliminating distractions, because it's imperative that in order for you to meet your goals, you've got to kind of set some parameters for yourself as far as what you will and what you won't do, and what you will and what you won't tolerate in order to accomplish your goal. Another one, this is number 3, guys, number 3, is you can't eat the elephant whole. You cannot eat the elephant whole. And this also stops people from moving forward, because they've set this goal and they feel like once they start on that journey, Tish, that it's just too big. It's bigger than them, and they just can't. And it's because they don't have guidance. They don't have that wisdom. They don't have somebody pushing them, or they're not connected to a community that encourages you, which is also important. But it can be big when you're doing it, when you feel like you're by yourself and you want to go a certain direction. And you might have people who are naysayers. They're like, oh, you can't do that. And so you have people playing tricks in your head. You have your own tricks you're playing in your own head. And so you might get discouraged and forget that, when you normally eat, you only take a bite at a time, right? And sometimes we have to look at that elephant and be like, okay, I don't really like elephant, but I'm gonna start to chew on you today, and start taking little bitty pieces of it and breaking that thing down. And then as you're going and you're breaking those things, that goal, or that whatever it is you're trying to accomplish, into smaller pieces, that you start celebrating yourself. Whether you've spent 5 minutes on a project that's towards your goal, whether you dedicated an hour for the week towards that goal, and once you accomplish it, celebrate, like, wow, I did do that. I have a lot more to do, to do and to go, but guess what? I did this one thing, and that's going to move me to the next level. So sometimes people stop because they see that whole big elephant sitting right there in their living room, and they're like, it's just gonna have to live there in the corner. And they don't move, and they don't take, the next step, and they just are halted. And even that elephant, guys, shows up in so many ways, right?
Mm-hmm.
I could start calling out fear.
Mm.
I could start calling out, well, just plain old discouragement.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Can
Doubt.
doubt. Can I really do this?
Mm-hmm.
Is this for me? Maybe people are right. Ooh, that's a real one right there.
Mm.
Right? When you have people questioning, and here, we like to be transparent on here. So let me be real transparent. So I started an online journey almost 4 years ago. And I'm gonna tell y'all, my mother and I are super close. My family is very close. We support each other on any and everything we do. All of us are well accomplished. Education was preached down our throat. We got it. We got the message.
Mm-hmm.
But when I decided to go live, I did not tell my mother.
Mm.
Unbeknownst to me, here I am thinking I'm being slick Rick. Wouldn't go live on Facebook, but I was going live on Periscope. Silly me, I connected my Periscope to my Facebook.
Busted.
I was so busted. My mom started commenting, and I'm like, how is she commenting? What? And so once I figured out what was going on, I was like, Mom, you saw me? And I was really afraid because, again, it was stepping outside of traditional education or a traditional model of anything that, my family's used to as far as work is concerned. So that was my fear. And then also the fear of, will I be great at it? Will I be good at this, good enough to share with my family? But when my mom commented, and she called me and was telling me how fantastic it was, and she was so impressed with what was happening, I was just like,
wow.
I could breathe. And all I needed was her. I could care less about anybody else and what they thought. My mother, it meant everything to me for my mother to say, wow,
Yeah.
And so I understand that. I share that with you because I do understand that sometimes we need that acceptance. We need encouragement for those whom we love. And sometimes you're going to get it, sometimes you're not. And again, you cannot worry about that. But that will stop you from dividing those tasks, dividing that goal down into tasks or activities or bite sizes, small sizes, and getting things accomplished. There are so many things mentally and physically that are going to always be in your way. It is, what are you going to do with it? How are you going to react to it, right? Tish?
Ooh, yes,
I know
ma'am.
I said a lot.
Yes, indeed. And it's funny that you say your family, how close they are, and how it meant the world to you, to have your mom on board. And I think a lot of times we do allow others, whether well-meaning or not, to sometimes dictate the path that we take or how far we go. And they're just, sometimes I have discovered, sometimes you got to walk alone until you find somebody walking the same way. And it really is okay to venture out. Now, understand, you still need a support system, you still need a team, you need a coach, you need all that, you need community and all of that. But sometimes the goal is so much bigger than you. They say, if your goal doesn't scare you, then it's not big enough. So, you've got to make sure that you are not hindering yourself, but you are allowing yourself to stretch for whatever that goal or that thing might be. And so
Right.
for some people, you know, they've thought, oh, well, I can't afford coaching, or I can't afford, you know, this particular program. But now you have an opportunity with the Free Women Grant to go ahead and apply, get your certification, and start your journey out. It's going to be a powerful 10-week course. And you can go to bit.ly/free women 2020 so that you can get the information that you need and you can go ahead and apply, because listen, when the money is gone, it's gone.
Mm-hmm.
And you're not going to get this opportunity, not quite like this, in this moment, you know, again. So you need to
Right.
take advantage of it, or it may come somewhere way down the road. But like Stephanie already said, listen, I don't have time. I got to get it right now. I got to do it now. I need to put some things in place now, because, you know, of course, tomorrow is not promised.
Right.
But more importantly, you don't want to spend your time spinning your wheels and find yourself looking up and going, where did my life go?
Mm-hmm. I said letting that life pass you by, right?
Right.
I didn't
Don't do
understand
that.
that when old folk used to say that growing up.
Yeah, we learned a lot of
Yeah,
stuff.
I did when they used to say, "Oh, you're gonna sleep your life away," because I used to love to sleep. That was like
Uh-huh.
if it were a hobby, it would have been fine growing up. And
Wow.
then then you start hearing them say, "Oh, you gonna let life pass you by." But you don't get it. You really don't get it until you get a little older or a situation occurs, right?
Right.
And then you're like, "Whoa, oh, that's what they meant." But yes, some of these young people haven't heard that. Some of these millennials don't know anything about those sayings. But yeah, very, very encouraging. Very, very encouraging. And we talked about already, guys. First, setting a goal, right? Making sure that you have a goal set for yourself. We also talked about removing distractions in your life in order for you to stay focused to get focused and stay focused. Hey. The other thing uh, is that you got to take that goal and break it down into pieces. We talk about the elephant and taking it one bite at a time. There's no way you're going to get it all done all at once. And you have to break that thing down and create a system and be methodical about that. But guess what? That's where you come into a community where there is wisdom, where there is a coach, and that will happen for you. And now, right now, as Tisha just mentioned to you, there is an opportunity for you to take advantage of having a coach, becoming certified. Guys, getting a certificate. Now, former life as an educator, it is expensive. For those of us who've gone to college, it is expensive to go to college. Most of the US debt is partly because of college. And most folk paying, it's usually us and who are paying those loans back.
Yeah.
So you guys need to get on this because she's offering a grant to you. So take advantage of this, bit.ly/free women 2020. Now, this is hard for some folk who are workaholics. Number 4, and Miss Tisha, you touched on this. You've got to find life balance. You've got to find a balance when you get focused. It's okay to be hyper-focused. It's okay to eliminate those distractions. But at some point, don't lose yourself in your goal setting or getting things done or staying focused, because you can. You can. And when I say you can lose yourself, that goes with your relationship has gone down the drain because you didn't have the proper communication. You didn't tell Babe he needed to cook and the kids needed to be fed or they need a bed. You just assumed that was because you were sitting at the table at your desk or wherever and working on your, whatever it is that you're working on, or, staying focused or taking some me time. There are all kinds of things you didn't make sure that certain things were taken care of, because it's important to make sure your bills are paid, right? or you're not going to live in your house to drive a car, get gas and all that if you're not making sure all of those things are being taken care of. Also, your body, just simply taking care of you, making sure you're getting enough sleep, making sure you are, staying healthy, eating healthy. That is difficult for a lot of us. But trying to take those steps towards that, you can lose. And again, I can be honest, I'm a workaholic through and through. I always tease my mother. I say, I don't know where this gene come from. Is it a gene? Because all of us are like this. My mother was like this. We watched her just work her fingers to the bone. Oh, another saying, listen to me. I'm talking like an old woman today. All right. Or I shouldn't say that, a woman of wisdom. Yes. So, yeah, you will tend to forget that, you need to clean the house, or that you need to do other things that are just mundane that some people don't like to do, but that needs to be done. But I can sit as a workaholic, I can sit in front of my computer and just keep going and keep going and keep going. I do it all the time. And at some point, like today, I will be honest, I powered down. After my last meeting today, I powered down because I was in my computer from 6 a.m. this morning until 5 p.m. today. And I was like, okay, 5 p.m. came. I was like, I can't even see. I can't think. I don't know who's coming, who's going. I need to shut it down. I need to go kiss on my kids. I need to watch them run around, play around, do whatever they wanted to do. I need to make sure they eat. And that included like getting rid of my cell phone. Like I just flipped it downward because I'm on my phone a lot because I communicate a lot on my phone. I flipped the phone down. I took care of them, got them ready for bed. Off they went, and then I was back at what I needed to get done. But sometimes we can lose ourselves. There have been many a days where I have gone from 6 a.m. in the morning to 10 p.m., 11 p.m. at night. That's not uncommon for the work that I do. And so sometimes you got to find that balance. Tisha, you want to talk about finding balance?
Oh, yes, indeed. You do have to find balance. And it can be challenging. I can truly say that I had a challenge in that area. And it's only been recently that, I've done a little bit more work in the brand that I've had to learn how to. And I mean, it was definitely a goal to learn how to better manage my time, and coach is big on executing. So, following her lead, and it's like, okay, I can see where previously I wasted a lot of time, or thought I was productive, but really I wasn't, because, when you're trying to keep up with Danielle Winningham, oh, wait, you better have some turbo skates on.
Right.
Because she can get it. And I mean, and it really is all good. I valued this time, and thankful for the time to be able to work from home, because, it's allowed me an opportunity to do some things differently. So you have to, I say, when you have the opportunity to do it, don't, be forced into something. Some people found that during this time that we're experiencing, they've been forced into some things that they weren't prepared for, when there was actually something there saying, come on, get prepared, come on, do this. And again, I can think of some specifics. Beginning 2019, I was off with the government shut down, for 35 days. And so it didn't matter to some of my creditors that at the end of it, I was going to get paid. No, some of them wanted their money. So here we are a whole year later. Some people should have learned some things. And while I was better prepared, there were still some things that I could have done differently. So you definitely got to learn how to balance and prioritize. Prioritize.
Yeah, prioritize is key too, because sometimes we don't know the up from the down, right? And so
Right.
sometimes that can be difficult. And especially if we wait till the last minute and we wait till situations
Yeah.
occur, then we're confused and then we can't get focused enough to try to figure those, because we feel like everything's coming at us at once and it's coming so fast.
Yep.
I'm just coming and I'm just solving issues or solving problems or doing things as they come, versus let me breathe, let me settle down, let me try to prioritize this thing first so that I can be successful at this. I always tell my kids, let me be great in this moment. Let me be great at something. Just,
Right.
I mean, there's something about that, right?
Right.
When you feel like, okay, let me do this one little thing and let me be great at this. And I'm teaching them, because now I hear them say it every now and again. It's hilarious. You're not letting me be great.
Wow.
But you can, yeah. And that was powerful, Tisha, about that priority, prioritizing some of those things, because again, that'll knock you off your box. That'll keep you from being focused. That'll unfocus a person in a heartbeat.
Right. And the thing is, with this free women grant,
Uh-huh.
you've got to set aside some time to take this 10-week journey,
Right.
and that is one of the questions that the applicants get asked. Are you going to be able to dedicate the time to this to get the work done? Because if not, you can't say, oh, I'll get it next week, because
Yeah.
then you'll get behind. And so you definitely need to be able to organize and prioritize.
Yeah.
So,
You going to school.
yeah, so that
You
you
are
can
going to,
effectively balance. But yeah, definitely.
you're going to learn today.
You gonna learn.
Right. You're going to learn today. That's right. But that's what it's all about, right? It's becoming a better you every day, right? A lot of people say the best version become the next best version of yourself every day. But I just always say, just keep it simple. Become a better you every day, right? I think that's what we all strive for. And again, it's due season, guys. It is so due season right now.
Mm-hmm.
It is your time. If no one has told you this yet, make sure you've heard it from us today. It is your time. It is time for you to start doing the things that you know you need to do for yourself. And again, I can't say this enough. It's not even just about you, because everything that you do affects everyone around you. So for you and your family,
Right.
when I'm gone, I want my family taken care of. I don't want them to have to think about anything. I don't want that, my kids are watching me, and, they're entrepreneurial spirit as well. And so they are, already talking about, I'm thinking about this, or I'm doing this. I have a 7-year-old that comes out with all of these ideas, and they are so
Wow.
fantastic. And I just
Awesome.
keep encouraging her. I'm like, yes, you can do it. Yes. Oh, wow. And so, I want to do that for her, because I want her to believe and know that she can do it. But at the same time, while I can do, I'm going to make it easier for them to get their stuff done. Because that's how families of wealth do. They leave something behind so that their families can continue to thrive, and they don't have to work as hard as you might have had to work to get accomplished, right? And so that's what's so super important to me. Now, we've talked about 4 things that you need to do to get focused, or to stay focused, right? So the 5th thing is develop a habit around all 4 things we just talked about. You got to develop, that has to become a habit for you, that you set a goal, that you put it somewhere where you can see it, that you eliminate a lot of your distractions, that you take and divide that, chop that goal up into smaller pieces, and feel accomplished and celebrate yourself when you complete a task or an activity that gets you closer towards that goal. And then, you've got to take care of yourself. If you don't take care of yourself, you're not going to accomplish anything. You're not going to ever stay focused. And that's including mental. Let me tell you, our community doesn't talk about mental health enough.
Yeah.
But I'm here to tell you, I'll be the first advocate to be in your corner and say, if you need to talk to somebody, go talk to somebody, because it's easier for you. It's always easier for you to talk to a stranger than to someone you know. It's weird. It's a weird dynamic. You are able to, because there's no judgment there. They don't know you. They don't have a history with you.
Right.
But
They don't know the backstory.
Yeah, and they don't need to, right?
Right.
Because most people who are objective can see straight through you.
Right.
Right. And so when you do talk to someone on the outside, also they lend a different perspective. And for me, I think that's important for everyone to hear a different version, hear a different side from someone that had absolutely nothing to do with anything that's going on in your life, but they're, one, able to relate to you, and two, they're able to allow you to see another side of what could be possibly happening to you and what's going on. And one other reason that I would give for people to make sure that they take care of their mental health is just to get the stuff off your chest, get it out of your head, because that will stop you. That is distraction in and of itself. If you're one of those persons that keeps things bottled down, bottled in, close it up, it's just going to stay right here. And we don't think it affects our outer being or how we interact with others. I'm here to tell you, it plays out. It plays out. It comes out in various forms. You will see it manifest in your business, in your life, in your interactions with the people that you care, and not that you had intentions for it to manifest or come out. It just will, because we're human, and there's no way, the way we were designed to keep things in, there's no way that it just stays in. We're porous. If you just look at us by nature, we're porous. So it's going to seep out some way. And we got all these holes, whether it's a look, whether it's through your mouth, it's going to come out in some way. So it's best, I encourage, I really believe in taking care of your mental health, but creating habits around those things. Excuse me, I'm about to sneeze. Life balance. Excuse me.
Bless you. God bless you.
What did they say about 3 times? Ooh, excuse me.
I don't know.
But keeping you healthy mentally and physically, that's by getting that sleep, by getting drinking enough water. We don't do that either. We don't drink enough water, and that's a push for a lot of.
Stop talking about me, Steph.
Just things that'll keep us going. You can't enjoy, you will not be able to enjoy the fruits of your labor if you don't create these habits, right? You will not. It will be non-existent. It'll be like you run yourself ragged, you run yourself to the ground, because it is hard work. Let's be honest here. It will be hard work. It is great work. It makes you feel great when you're accomplished, right? And when you've met those goals, and you've defeated those tasks, you've overcome those fears. But it can physically and mentally drain you. So you've got to make sure that those habits these 4 things that we share with you create a habit for you. I mean, if you can't see it, I can see it. Can you see it, Tish?
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. And, you said the mental and the physical as well. And I mean, that really is where it begins, they say you can create a new habit by doing it in 21 days. I don't know. But if you think you don't know, then you need to put yourself in a situation where you can have that guidance. But certainly, self-care is not selfish. Self-care is essential. You have got to take care of you if you're going to enjoy the fruits of your labor. And yes, we are building a legacy for our family, for our children, for our children's children, and you got to be healthy to do that. I don't know about anybody that's listening to us, but we want to enjoy. Hard work, but we're going to play as well, but we need to, in the process, take care of ourselves. And so I thought that was good what you said, how you powered down earlier. We are so connected. We are so chained to these electronic devices, and you have to take some time, whether it's just for you,
Yeah.
Sometimes you just need some you time away from
Mm-hmm.
everybody, especially if you are for, women. We talk to a lot of women. You are that caregiver. Because look, I work with majority men, law enforcement. They take the time to work out. It's the women that are
Mm-hmm.
at their desk, 10 hours of the day. But no, the men, they tend to make it happen. They tend to make it work. They tend to do what they need to do. And so as women, why not? Why not take a chance on
Mm-hmm.
you? And it doesn't have to be, it's not a gamble. It is, you have a plan, especially if you're coming over to bit.ly/free women 2020 and applying for this grant. You're going to have 10 weeks of structure. You're going to have work that you have to do in class, you're learning, and work that you're doing there. And then when the lights go off, you got work to do until that next class. And so you're going to have to learn to effectively manage your time, your schedule, your
Right.
self-care regimen, the kids and the husband, or whatever the dynamic is. You might be taking care of parents. Whatever the situation is, you're going to learn that, and you're going to create new habits. So I
Mm-hmm.
encourage you, go to bit.ly/free women 2020, apply. Well, you get the information, come to an information session. We have those every Friday at 9 p.m. Central
Yeah.
Standard Time. You need to go to that link so you can get the information, and then you get the information and you're able to apply. But you want to do it quickly. You really
Right.
do.
You want to take action on this. You want to move your feet.
Move
Don't
your
wait.
feet.
Again, don't live a life of regrets. And you said something powerful. You didn't say it directly, but this is what I interpreted from what you just said. You
Okay.
have a choice. You have a choice.
Yeah.
Right now.
Yes.
And it is up to you, right?
Yes.
It's up to you. You have a choice. And I hope that you choose to come along with us and get certified. This is the other thing. Unless somebody can tell me, where are you going to find a certification program where you get a live instructor? Yeah, that part.
That part.
Where you get someone in your face, where you get someone where you can ask a zillion questions, someone that's going to encourage you, that's going to help you, that's going to give you the information, and then is going to show you ways in creating business out of it. I mean, you are going to be in for such a treat. Now, if you don't know who Danielle Winningham is, I always say she over delivers every single time.
Yep.
Every single time. So you don't want to miss this opportunity because, again, you don't want to live a life of no regret, or you want to live a life of no regret and do it by choice, right?
Yep.
So, guys,
Absolutely.
hey, y'all were on this late train. We can't call it the midnight train right now because it's like really late. It's the early morning train.
And especially on the East Coast, because I'm on the East Coast. So
Oh,
yeah.
well, we thank you guys for being here. But guess what? Take advantage. Go to bit.ly/free women 2020. bit.ly/free women 2020. And make sure you come to the information session again on Friday at 9 p.m. Central Standard Time. But you have to sign up.
Gotta sign up.
Gotta sign up.
Gotta
Gotta
sign up.
sign up. Oh, we're gonna make a song out of it.
Right. So, guys, thank you so much for being here. Listen, if you haven't shared the broadcast, go ahead and share the broadcast. Listen, we got a lot of views on Periscope, so
Whoop, whoop.
we got a good thing going, Steph.
I love
But
Periscope.
we're gonna be back tomorrow night. Hopefully, we're gonna get all the technicalities corrected so you can see on the original screen. But hey, we make it do what it do.
That's
And
right.
that's the thing that I can say about women. We're gonna make it happen. So make it happen by going to bit.ly/free women 2020. Sign up and don't delay. So that's all I have. You got anything else, Steph? That's
Now
it.
it's time to go.
All right. See y'all later.